Welcome to the Motivational Medium podcast. I'm Anne-Marie Lord, a psychic medium, author, and the founder of the Motivational Medium Academy. On this podcast, we'll explore intriguing topics such as mediumship, psychic abilities, and the amazing idea that we all have intuition within us. Whether you're a believer, skeptic, or somewhere in between, get ready to unlock your extraordinary potential as we discover the supernatural world together. If you want your questions featured on the show, be sure to join my tribe by subscribing to my newsletter at annemarielord.com. Let's go. Hello, my friend. Welcome to today's podcast. On today's episode, I wanted to talk to you about spirit guides. You know, we hear this bantered around lots. People talk about how I connect with my spirit guide, and my spirit guide's got this fabulous name. And I remember when I first started to open up, really, or to accept the mediumship and the psychic side of me. And I remember going to some of these groups, and which were amazing, and I learned an awful lot from a lot of different groups that I attended. But I remember going to some of them and people would talk about the spirit guides, and I would think, why haven't I got one? You know, and if I have, I wonder what his name is going to be. You know, is it going to be like Blue Indian, or I don't know, one of these fantastic fandangled names? And I used to sit in meditation for ages wanting to know what this spirit guide was, or who he was, or who she was. And it never happened. And I was so disappointed, to the point where I was missing all the other development and what was going on within me, trying so hard to connect with the spirit guide. So in today's episode, I want to bust out some myths. So your spirit guide, every single one of us has got one. Every single one of us has got a few. This is my opinion, and this is what I've found out along the journey. So I believe that we've got quite a few spirit guides, and they come in and they work with us at different times in our lives. And trying to connect with these spirit guides is the same as trying to connect in mediumship. It's about trust, because the messages and the signs and the guidance that you get from these beautiful beings is going to be very, very subtle. A little nudge in a direction, or a little opening of a door in front of you, which you choose, because everything is about free will, to go through. So waiting to hear a voice in your head saying, hello, my name is White Indian, or some amazing fandangled name, probably ain't going to happen. These are the things I want you to know for sure. And again, in my opinion, because of what I work in and what I do, is that every single one of us has spirit guides. And they connect with us on a daily basis. They connect with us by them thoughts that pop up in your head. Oh, maybe I should go for that job, or maybe I should do this, or maybe I should do this. That is all a combination of your guidance, your intuition, and your inner knowing, and your knowledge from the tangible world. So, what are spirit guides? Well, spirit guides are spirit beings that have been assigned to us, I believe, through many lifetimes. And I honestly believe that the same guide will come with us through many, many lifetimes. A lot of people ask me, can our relatives that have gone to the spirit world be our guides? And I think absolutely. You will get messages from your loved ones in spirit, or subtle hints or subtle guidances that is guided by your guide, whether it's the guide that the all-knowing all-being that has been with us forever, or whether it's from your mum or your dad or your brothers or your sisters that are all in the spirit world. So your guide is someone who will give you guidance, who will support you, and who will give you reassurance if you can hear it, or if you can allow yourself to trust your intuition and feel it. sometimes when we go to the spirit world or we go to our guides, it's usually when we have challenges around us within our lives. So I want you to just let all that go for a minute, because at the end of this podcast, I'm going to take you through a lovely guided meditation that'll help you connect with your guides. Now, you mightn't hear from them straight away. You mightn't hear or have the thoughts or the visions what you want to see straight away. But with practice, you will come to understand the difference between what are your thoughts and what is your guidance from the spirit world, from your guides. You know, I work with my mum every day. And what I mean by that is I know my guides are around every single day. And I'll introduce you to Rosa in a minute, one of the guides that I work with when I do my readings, and how I actually met Rosa. But what I do, and the one person I trust with my life, was my mum. If you've had a great relationship with your mum, then you will know that your mum sometimes may say it how it is. I think I get that from my mum. Sometimes may say, we're always honest with our children. We're always sometimes too honest, and sometimes they won't like that, and that's fair enough. That's our job, I always say, as mums. But if you think about your mum, and if you have that kind of relationship with your mum, you know that your mum is the person that you could trust, is that you would listen to in life. And that was my experience of me and my mum's relationship. So when I came to do this, knowing that mum's in the spirit world, the one person that I tried to connect with wasn't a spirit guide, because that didn't seem to be happening. My one thing and my one person I knew I could trust was my mum. So I went on this journey of trying to connect with spirit guides, and then I could hear my mum's voice. It was like my voice, but I knew it was mum's. It's quite difficult to explain. And then I decided, oh, well, I can't really connect with my spirit guides, so I'll just connect with my mum because I trust her. And that, my friend, is a typical answer of your loved one in spirit can be your guide. My mum is my guide. She works with me every day. But then I met this beautiful guide called Rosa. And it was a really strange meeting because it wasn't done in meditation. It wasn't done in a forced way, if you like. I actually met it in a dream. I had a dream that I was going into this cafe and it was by the ocean. And I live by the ocean, beautiful place in Perth, Western Australia. But I had this dream I was going into this cafe, and I'd seen this cafe before. It's a cafe that's known to me. But what I noticed at the side when I went into this cafe, that the cafe was in a different layout. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, I quite like what they've done with this. And then at the side of where the counter is now and where a wall was a doorway. And I could see this doorway and it said, readings available. And I thought, oh, wow, that's interesting. I wonder who's down there. And as I walked down this corridor to see this lady, well, I didn't know it was a lady at the time. I just walked down the corridor to find out what was going on. Now, don't forget, this is all in a dream. And I goes down to the end of this corridor, and at the very end was a lady sitting behind a table. And she just looked up and she smiled and she said, hello, I'm Marie. And I was like, oh gosh, this lady knows my name, she's good. So I said hello to her, and I always remember she was in this beautiful red dress. And I thought, God, she looks vibrant and she looks amazing. And I loved the red dress on her. And I said to her, how did you know my name? And she said, I'm one of your spirit guides who helps you do your readings. And my name is Rosa. And I was shocked. I remember being excited within the dream and didn't know whether I wanted to stay with her and ask her loads of questions, or whether I wanted to wake up and acknowledge that I've actually finally met my spirit guide. So this spirit guide came to me from such a place that I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't trying to force it. I was asleep. I was just in a dream. And ever since then, when I do my meditations to call on my guides and all the loved ones in spirit that I'm going to work with that day, I always call on Rosa as well as my mum. But Rosa always shows up in her beautiful red dress. And I remember going to see a well-known psychic from the UK and who came over here and was doing some teaching. And I remember they talked about an old medium from years ago, and her name, she's in the spirit world now, and her name was Rosa. And I was absolutely gobsmacked by that. And I was thinking, I wonder, is that my Rosa? I still need to go on that journey and find out who she is. But I do believe that Rosa was a medium in her earthbound life. And I get the absolute privilege to work with her and connect with her. So, does that mean that Rosa is my only guide? No, absolutely not. I believe we have one big, almighty being of a guide that comes into this world with us, who guides us, although they also allow us to have lots of free will. We all have free will. But what they also allow us to is we've got to go on this journey of making our choices so that we know what is right and what is wrong. And there is no judgment, I believe, from our spirit guides. They just connect with us and help to try show us in certain directions of what to go in, really. However, we do have free will. So I would love to take you on a bit of a journey to meet your guides, because whether you're a medium or psychic or not, I believe that every single one of us has a spirit guide. And if we can connect with them, no matter who we are, then I believe it's an extra level, if you like, or an extra hand in our journey that we can tap into and feel connected and supported and guided along this journey we call life. So, as I say, I would love to take you on this journey. So, if you're listening to the podcast and you're driving in a car, which some of you do, I would like you to listen to the second half of this when you get home and you have a space where you can sit quietly, pop your headphones on, and I will take you on this little bit of a journey to meet your spirit guide. But what I'm going to say to you as well is, don't be disillusioned. This took me so long. And as I said to you, I never met my spirit guide, Rosa, in a meditation. I met it in a dream. I remember doing a meditation and someone spoke to me and I was like, oh, who's that? You know, quite shocked. But the one person and the one spirit guide I connect with quite often is Rosa. And I met Rosa in a dream. But this will just allow you to set out your intentions, if you like, and let the spirit guides know that you're going to and you would love to connect with them. So if you found a nice, quiet place, I would love you to pop your headphones in, feel nice and relaxed, and take a nice, big, deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to feel any tensions that you feel within the body, that you can let them go. There is nowhere that you need to be at this present moment than here with me right now. And I want you in your heart to set a clear intention that you want to invite your spirit guides to step closer. And I want you to imagine beautiful, gentle light that surrounds you like a warm, soft blanket. This beautiful white, see-through, velvet-like or cloud-like light is now fully surrounding every part of your body. And you can choose to sit within this light just for a few moments so you feel safe and calm and totally protected, because this light represents pure love. And as you sit within this light, I want you to notice if any thoughts cross your mind. You can acknowledge them and you can let them go, because there's nowhere you need to be, or there's nothing you need to be thinking about. Just here with me now. And I want you to ask silently in your mind, Spirit guide, let me feel you today. Let me see any visions or notice any slight, subtle changes that you may want me to notice throughout my day. And if you would like to join me and introduce yourself in my dreams, where my conscious mind won't disturb, then I invite you to do that with love and peace and guidance. And I want you to notice or feel anything that you feel. Don't judge. Don't try to notice. Don't forget, this is so subtle. It's like a gentle caress of the mind. But fully trust whether you can feel or see that your spirit guide is close by, loving you, protecting you, and guiding you on this earthbound life. I'm going to ask you to sit here now and just listen to the beautiful music and notice any sounds or thoughts that come in. And now you've sat here for a little while, I would like you to start by slowly moving your fingers and toes, becoming fully aware of your body back in the room or in the place where you sit. Take a big deep breath in, filling your lovely body with energy. And as you do that, you give thanks to your spirit guide for always being around and for their continual support and guidance. And now when you open your eyes, if you wish, you can grab a pen and paper and you can write down, or a journal, start a new journal of meeting your guides, and write down everything you saw, felt, hear, smell, tasted. All your senses were fully submerged within this guided meditation. Thank you guys for joining me today on this chilled out episode of Meeting Our Spirit Guides. One of the funny things that happens when I feel totally relaxed and connect with energy, my stomach always starts making some really funky noises. So if that's happened to you while you're doing meditation, please know it's just the energy going through your body, and it's all totally normal, because we connect with energy every single minute and second of our life, because you are that ball of energy. So if you're a ball of energy and spirit guides are energy, then the simplicity of connectability is within all of us. Have a beautiful day, and I will catch you on the next episode. Now, my friend, before I totally leave you, I would just like to let you know that on Saturday, the 29th of November, I have got my next live event. I would absolutely love for you to come and join me. The last few events have been sold out events. We've had such good fun, and I'm sure the next one will be a sellout as well, and we will also have some great fun. So if you can join me on Saturday, the 29th of November for my live event here in Perth, I will see you then. Take care, my friend. Enjoy the meditation. And as always, lots of love. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this show. It's important to note that while I'm here to inspire, encourage and guide you, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist or a doctor. Join me again in 2 weeks for more captivating revelations on the supernatural. Remember to be in with a chance to have your questions answered on the podcast. Subscribe to my newsletter at amarylord.com. Stay in the tribe to vibe. I appreciate you guys. See you next time.